Well, let's talk about this further. We're joined by Nicolas PIACHAUD from Amnesty International. Thank you very much for coming in to speak to us. A lot is being made about the fact that these three men are being treated as political pawns. What's your understanding of their situation?
Well, this case had a political beginning. It's looking increasingly like that the end is also going to be a political decision. I think the ball is very much now in President Sisi's court as to whether he's going to pardon them or deport them. The truth is, Egypt's criminal justice system has shown that it's not fit for purpose. It's busy locking up government critics while letting police responsible for gross human rights violations walk free.
But if we're seeing a thaw in relations between Qatar and between Egypt, why are these men simply not released? What's the point of holding on to them?
Well, it's become increasingly clear that these three men are just pawns in the great game between Qatar, Saudi and Egypt. But the truth is, they're just journalists jailed for doing their job. They should be released immediately and unconditionally.
And in terms of the trial, this retrial itself, what's your understanding of how long it could take before they're back in the courtroom?
Well, Egypt's criminal justice system is notoriously opaque, so their ordeal could lead, stretch for months, up to a year, as in the previous trial. So the truth is, there's no guarantee as to when these men's ordeal will end.
Now, some debate was focusing on the pardon, the presidential pardon. That now cannot happen until this retrial takes place. What's the kind of procedure with this?
Well, in theory, the president could probably pardon them whenever he wants, but he doesn't want to step or be seen to be stepping on the toes of the judiciary. But the truth is also, look, this case is just the tip of the iceberg. There are thousands of other people, government critics, political opponents, human rights activists in prison because they dared to challenge the narrative of the political authorities. And that's what this case is all about. And
for these men in particular, when we talk about their remaining in prison, they're not even being granted bail. What's the thinking behind that, do you think?
Well, maybe the Egyptian authorities are afraid that they're going to skip town, but the truth is they don't have a case against these three men. I mean, any court of law would have thrown this case out as soon as they saw it. I think what we're seeing right now is courts rubber-stamping repression in Egypt.
OK, Nicolas PIACHAUD from Amnesty International, thank you very much for talking us through that. Of course, we'll keep you up to date as and when we get reaction on that story.